Welcome to the Feminine Forecast, a weekly resource that I lovingly put together so that feminine lightworkers and healers, just like you, can align to collective energy and serve with more love and less struggle. The forecast is now available for you to read, watch, and listen to. This is the energy forecast for November 2021. She faces the tower. If you are new to me or my work my work, I'm Karen Monaco. I'm a mystic and intuitive guide here to help the divine feminine step forward into service and be confident in her spiritual gifts. Some suggestions on how to use the feminine forecast. I recommend grabbing a journal, a deck of cards always, and maybe even a cup of tea. My personal favorite is chai. Take notes on the things that resonate, dive into the sit with it prompts, and immerse yourself in the deepening practices that I offer. That's really the ticket that's going to help you align with the current energies. You'll find that you stop forcing things and instead flow with them. Let's get going. All right, so after our journey with the devil in October, we are now venturing forward to meet the tower, major arcana number 16 in November. And I know everybody has been so eager and anxiously awaiting this very moment, right? So since 16 breaks down to a 7, we also have the opportunity to work with the chariot, which is going to guide us to return to what we were sitting with back in February 2021. And I'll talk more about that here today as well. Now, this energy is such an important message for the feminine, and it's really a new way for us to see, meet, and explore the tower. We typically resist fear or tiptoe towards the tower. We like to pretend that it's not going up in flames. I know I personally expected the message for November to be really dense and heavy. And when I sat down to channel earlier this week, I was really taken aback because it wasn't that at all. Now, the key theme for the divine feminine in November is that this is a leap from the tower that's actually asking her to focus less on what she's leaving behind and more on where she's going. And we are definitely going places, not just as individuals, but as a collective, which is really exciting. The work done from mid-year until now is really coming to a head in November. And it's just really a call for us to jump into the unknown and trust that we're going to be caught. If you, like so many of the women that I've met with and I've worked with in the collective, have been feeling like maybe something's holding you back from stepping fully into your next chapter, just know that that's going to come to an end in November and steps are going to be revealed. Now, as a result of exploring your shadow and having done that necessary healing work, you're going to find that November is really an opportunity to move forward with faith. And you've cultivated a ton of faith on your spiritual journey. So you're going to be accessing that and really settling into it next month or this month, depending on when you're catching the forecast. The tower is usually a sign of chaos and destruction, but it can also be a sign of clarity and awakening. You're going to find that things which were previously hidden from you are now being revealed. You're also going to understand why things on your path have been as they were. And I feel like that's probably the thing I'm the most excited about for November. If you are really feeling called to explore the tower more, I'm going to drop a link to my favorite tarot site, which is Biddy Tarot, down in the show notes or the description. So working alongside the tower is the chariot, which is the energy of movement towards what we really want, what you desire. So try to look at this coming month or this month as the final push towards manifesting your goals. These are seeds you planted back in February of this past year, so February 2021. And it's really preparation for next month. And I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but planner's got a plan here. But next month we meet the star. card number 17 in the major arcana. And spoiler alert, the star is major wish fulfillment. Woohoo! I like feel like this breath of relief coming off of all of us as we receive that. Okay, wishes are being fulfilled. Now, when it comes to working with the chariot's energy, you just want to stay the course and consider how you can align to your desires through consistent spiritual practice. So listen, if you've found things that work, stick with them. Now isn't the time to change things up out of fear that they haven't been working or they're not doing the trick. And just simply tune in and ask yourself, am I doing what is aligned for me? If the answer is yes, trust it. And if you hear no, go ahead and tweak it just a little bit until you find that sweet spot that works for you. Now, members, you are going to be getting a little extra support with this in November's release, Law of Attraction Upgrades. It's going to drop on November 1st. It's going to include the New Earth meditation, a calling in your soul family workshop, which I had so much fun putting together. Oh my God, that was a lot of fun. And then a manifestation, pick a card. And if you aren't a member and you're hearing the call, you can learn more about it down in the show notes. I do have a special offer running until October 31st. You can test out the membership for your first month for just $33. Okay, so the following, what I'm going to dive into are just bonus cards that I pulled for insight into abundance, service, and healing in November for the Feminine Lightworker. So first off, we have the Empress. In regards to opening up to receive abundance, this is so exciting, y'all. The Divine Feminine is being called to really be in her feminine power. The Empress is actually the Divine Feminine card in the tarot. The Emperor is the Divine Masculine counterpart to the Empress. So in November, focus on doing things that help you tap into your inherent beauty, both internally and externally. Okay, and so sit with this, consider what is it that makes you feel beautiful? Now, in addition to being about beauty and being about just like being in her divinity, you're also going to want to ensure that you spend time outside and nurturing yourself. And it just all works so beautifully hand in hand, right? Tune into the cycles of the earth, allow them to guide you in your creative process for all of my content creators out there or my creators in general. The Empress, when I went through my tarot certification, I really loved this phrase that was used to describe the Empress. She is pregnant with possibility. So keep your eyes open for aligned opportunities, and these things are going to reveal themselves. Remember, as the Divine Feminine, we are here to receive and allow, not to chase, run down, and actively seek. All right. So the next one is about service. When we consider how to serve in alignment with our highest calling, the Eight of Wands is suggesting that we get focused on, trigger alert, the one thing that we know that we are here to do. All right. So many times the feminine does attempt to build her worth by doing all the things. And I often see this in light workers showing up in heart-led businesses. And, truth bomb here, I've done this myself. Reality is, you don't need 10 different services and offerings. You need one, maybe two. I'm going to say no more than 3. So really sit with this energy. What is it that you are here to do? And then what needs to fall away so that you can focus on it? And I absolutely love this Eight of Wands card. To me, she looks like Keira Knightley. So I just love this deck too. It's Journey to the Hidden Realm, if you're curious. All right. Healing. Oh, don't we wish it was done? Haven't we done enough healing yet? It's never done. We signed up for it, right? Okay, so in November, the Divine Feminine is healing her limiting beliefs, which we saw in a recent forecast. And like I said, the work is never done. It's just going to continue in November. The Eight of Swords is our fears and what I call the self-made prison. It illuminates all the ways we get in our own way, both consciously and unconsciously. What is so important to know is that we have the power to liberate ourselves from the things that keep us chained. And this came through, I believe, in a September forecast, so quite a ways back. All right, so a deepening practice. How can you work with the energy of Eight of Swords? Go ahead, grab your journal, and just jot down why it is you believe your desire hasn't manifested yet. And I'm going to really encourage you to let whatever excuses or reasoning comes up, that reasons that come up, be expressed without judgment or shame. And then when you've exhausted that, when you've kind of dropped everything that's sitting in the conscious mind onto paper, grab your favorite deck of cards, pull one and ask that it illuminate what it is that's going on in the unconscious mind that is preventing your desires from manifesting. I have to tell you, I sat a lot with this work early October. Well, I started in late September, early October. And just from having sat and done this consciously, explored the unconscious mind consciously using my cards, things started to shift. So definitely do it. Carve out some sacred time, light your candles, shake your sage around, do whatever it is you have to do, but definitely show up to these practices. They will start to change things for you. All right, so that is what I have for you. It's been such a pleasure to share November's energy with you. If you are interested in connecting and working more with me, you can learn all about my offerings, all about where to find me over on www.𝐿KarenMonaco.com. And if you know someone who would really resonate with the feminine forecast, sharing that with them or sharing this with them would be a really great way to support me, my work, and to keep us moving in kind of as a collective, gaining forces, gaining momentum. Okay, so I would be very honored if you passed it along to anyone you think might really love it and enjoy it and get use of it. Okay, so thank you so much. Stay in love, stay in your light, and then stay aligned. I will see you next time. Bye.